Okay, kumusta kayo po? Ito po si Nico Fabian. Nandito na naman tayo po sa programa natin, Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. Today is May 21 na po and it's Thursday. Hope everything is running smoothly sa mga buhay natin. And of course, ang mga Filipinos dito po sa Malaysia, particularly sa Sabah. And very specific dito sa Kota Kinabalu, of which I am based. Nandito na tayo po sa Kota Kinabalu. Dumating tayo dito kagabi or early in the morning this morning. And tuloy ang reporting natin. So that kayo po, lahat ng mga Filipinos, kababayan ko po dito sa Malaysia, particularly sa Sabah, mga Malaysian friends natin and other people who is watching itong programa natin, Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico, together with the overseas Filipino workers sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo, mga Filipino migrants sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo, and of course, ang mga kababayan, kaibigan at kapatid natin dyan mismo po sa Pilipinas, of which I was there for 5 days. No? Yesterday was my last day. So, may kunting mga topics tayo that I want to discuss with you today. But before, I will share with you some details or information or news regarding sa Pilipinas po. Let me seek an apology, thousand apology po. I was not able to be with you yesterday dahil nagbibiyahe tayo po from Boracay to Manila and Manila to Kota Kinabalu yesterday. So medyo busy tayo and I was not able to do ang vlogging natin because I promise unless importante talaga or beyond my control, I'll make sure that itong vlogging natin will be daily. Will be daily. But yesterday was a day wherein wala tayong control po. No? I have to miss ang vlogging natin or miss being with you yesterday. Kaya nga, today, I'm doing this vlogging so I will be able to inform you kung anong talaga nangyari dyan po sa Pilipinas, especially during the Senate session or Senate session na kahapon dyan po sa Senado sa Manila. Alright? Now, the question is, I won't go if you will agree with me. I don't know if you will agree with me. But the question is, are you not confused? Are you not confused of what is happening now dyan po sa Pilipinas? Because we don't know whom to believe now. A lot of mga version po regarding ang impeachment in Sara Duterte, regarding what happened po dyan po sa Senado. No? Sino talaga may kasalanan? Sino walang kasalanan? Regarding may kudeta naman na some people are saying na continue po ang plano to remove Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano as the new leadership po sa Senado. And ang mga rason, ang mga explanation po, we are really confused po. Nakalimutan na ba natin na yon sabihin natin flood control projects, of which sana lang po lahat mga Filipinos. Let us not forget the flood control projects po because ang daming pera po nawala sa atin po, taxpayers money. Ang dami, nakita natin ang mga maleta-maleta po, puno ng pera. And pera natin yung taxpayers money yun po. Kaya nga, we want to see those involved will be put behind bars. But until now, wala pa rin po. All we are getting now is, we are being confused with the developments po. Nandyan na ang impeachment, nandyan pa ang kudeta, nandyan po ang ano talaga nangyari since yun sa May 13 and until now po, we don't know who is telling the truth. We don't know. Iba-ibang mga ahensya sa gobyerno as well as ang Senado are doing itong investigation to find out the truth. The thing is that the Filipinos deserve to know the truth and nothing else but the truth. Yun talaga po ang importante. And until now, we cannot see that we are already on that path, going to the truth. Palagay ninyo po, what do you think? What do you think po? Alright, we are talking about this thing and also let us not forget po, yun na istorya kahapon wherein umiyak din si Senator Pia Cayetano sa session po dahil ang minority members po, no, ni Hai Nihoy sila po during the time, yon na May 13 po nangyari ang putukan dyan po sa Senado. And dahil of the incident po, kahapon, si Senator Pia Cayetano became emotional po, no? Because sabi niya, we have been together for 10, 20 years po, itong mga senador, yun matagal na dyan po sa Senado, and yet when something happened, like what happened sa Senado po, ang putukan doon po, no? Hindi naman siguro lahat ang mga members ng minority bloc, former majority bloc po, ni Hai Nihoy sila po, no? Ni Hai Nihoy sila. And the worst thing, si Senator Risa Antaveros also was saying or commenting on that po during the privilege speech that she did yesterday. And of course, sabi ni Senate President Alan Pia Cayetano, sabi niya po, we will discuss this matter thoroughly on Monday. On Monday po. No? So let's see, Monday is another date na naman po wherein we are expecting it will be maingay na session na yan on Monday dyan po sa Senado. The other issue is, ano ba ito po? No? Ano ba ito? Ang sitwasyon ni Bato de la Rosa, Senator Bato de la Rosa. Ano ba talaga nangyari? And nasan na siya? No? And sino talaga may kasalanan? No? What happened sa May 13 dyan po sa Senado? And just ang latest updates narinig natin ngayon po, nag-order na ang DOJ, no? All enforcement units sa police ba yun, sa NBI to recognize and nag-order na to arrest si Senator Bato de la Rosa based on the, sabihin natin, based on the warrant of arrest or arrest warrant issued by ICC. But again, contrary po, sabi naman ng Office Secretary General, no, na walang basehan to arrest si, sabi natin na Senator Bato de la Rosa po, no? Dahil it's not carrying weight po sa local korte natin ang ICC warrant. Later on, we will be talking about this thing, and I will share with you some video clips po, and kayo na bahala whether anong mga opinion ninyo, mga reaction ninyo po, ang assessment ninyo po. But in the meantime, these are the issues, especially I will be touching on the issue on, yun ba po, yun, TRO, restraining order ni Supreme Court. They dismiss ang restraining order of ang petition ng restraining order ni Senator Bato de la Rosa tungkol sa sitwasyon niya po. So we were made to understand there are some misunderstanding about that decision of the Supreme Court po, which was released yesterday, saying that they did not issue restriction order or TRO. But it is that decision or votation of Supreme Court po, they were referring to the petition of Senator Bato de la Rosa concerning about stopping the Philippine government from cooperating with ICC, no? With ICC po, because Philippines is no longer part of or wala nang jurisdiction ang ICC po because we are not or we withdrew our membership from the Rome Statute po, no? Hindi yun tungkol sa warrant of arrest. Later on, I will share with you a video coming from a lawyer and from the media, local media dyan po, explaining, no? Ano talaga itong petition motion to petition to stop coordinating, ang Pilipinas to stop working together or coordinating with ICC po, no? And it is not the TRO about the warrant of arrest or arrest warrant of, sabi natin, Senator Bato de la Rosa po. Bato de la Rosa. So, that is the issue that some of the issues that I'm going to touch sa programa natin ngayon. Okay, to start with po, umpisa na tayo po, no? Ang latest updates, breaking news ito po, ang Department of Justice, lumabas na po ang order to implement the arrest of Bato de la Rosa. Yun po ang heading ng news nila po bago lang lumabas sa media dyan po sa Pilipinas. Let me read you this news article. The law enforcement agencies have been ordered to effect the arrest of Senator Bato de la Rosa, Justice Secretary Frederick Vida said. Speaking to the press today, Thursday po, May 21, Vida said that the National Bureau of Investigation and the Philippine National Police have been ordered to enforce the warrant of arrest against De La Rosa, who is wanted by the International Criminal Court or ICC. Vida also said that with the warrant of arrest being valid, De La Rosa is considered a fugitive from justice sa Pilipinas po. The Office of on the contrary, the Office of the Solicitor General earlier today also po said that there is no legal impediment on the arrest of De La Rosa after the Supreme Court denied his request for a temporary restraining order and status quo anti-order. So, yun po. So, may contradiction na naman po. But anyway, let's listen to the explanation of Attorney Trixie, the former spokesperson of Malacanang, ni President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos, and who is now a strong supporter of the Dutertes and of Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Let's watch and listen on the issue of the motion, petitioning the Supreme Court po to grant the TRO, asking the government, asking the BBM government or Marcos administration to stop cooperating or coordinating with the ICC. Nandito, let's watch and listen to the explanation of Attorney Trixie. Attorney Trixie po regarding this issue during her program dyan po, the Spokes, this morning. Let's watch and listen to this.
The Spokes today, the Supreme Court has
Hold
denied.
on po.
The Spokes today, the Supreme Court has denied. Senator.
Hold on po.
The Spokes today, the Supreme Court has denied.
Okay,
Senator.
medyo...
The Spokes today, the Supreme Court has denied Senator Bato de la Rosa's request for a temporary restraining order against his arrest. Teka, para malito. Okay. Hindi, the temporary restraining order is based on the petition. So, di ba, ang dami nagkakamali dito. Ang petition ni Senator Bato was for the Supreme Court to issue an order to stop the Philippine government from cooperating with the ICC. So, yung TRO na hiningi niya, tungo doon. Okay. So, yung TRO is not about the arrest. Ang TRO niya is about the cooperation, the continuing cooperation of the Philippine government with the ICC. Nakasulat yun dun sa statement ng Supreme Court.
Okay, so hindi yung TRO per se ang pinag-uusapan. Kasi yun ang naririnig natin ngayon, Attorney Trixie. And it's good that you're giving us a different perspective. And I think the importance there of what you said, no? Kasi nga the government, President Marcos, from the beginning has been consistently saying that we are not cooperating with the ICC, di ba? Because we're not a member anymore.
At yun yung
So, yun ang gustong gawin ni Senator Bato's legal team, that to reinforce that statement of the government and stand of the government.
Okay. Kasi ano ba yung ginagawa? So, may mga nagsasabi, halimbawa, na napawalang visa yung, sinasabi. At anyway, okay lang, there are other lawyers who have their own interpretations kasi hindi pa lumalabas yung full-blown decision ng Korte Suprema. Ang lumabas lang yung voting at saka yung pinaka-basic na reason. And usually, a TRO is not granted kapag yung petitioner fails to show a clear right to the TRO. So dito, ang TRO nga based on the petition, ang sinasabi ng court is there is no clear right na nakikita sila to prevent the Philippine government from cooperating with the ICC. But this is a decision only on the TRO. Hindi ito decision that will tell us whether the warrant is valid, whether the petition is okay. Wala, TRO lang ito. So in the meantime, tuloy yung kaso, pero walang TRO si Senator Bato.
Alright, klarong-klaro po, narinig natin. Ang petition ni Senator Bato is only to stop the government from coordinating with the ICC. With the ICC po. No? Remember what happened to Tatay Digong when he was arrested. Former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte when he was arrested po. No? He was immediately sent to The Hague. Diyan po sa ICC. Sa kustodiya ng ICC po. No? And hindi nakuha ng TRO sabihin natin Tatay Digong po. And remember, during that time, prior to the arrest of Tatay Digong, si BBM, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., keep on saying that we are not going to cooperate with the ICC po because wala silang jurisdiction. But only to find out, at the end of the day, Tatay Digong was arrested, although the government was saying he was surrendered, the government surrendered him to the ICC po, no? To the ICC. So, yun po, that's the reason why si Senator Bato de la Rosa, ang legal team niya po, filed a petition, a motion po, for Supreme Court to stop the government from cooperating with ICC. Hindi yun po about the validity of the warrant or arrest warrant issued by sabi natin ng ICC. No? Hindi pa yun. What they mention is about the votation of the motion of Senator Bato de la Rosa. The decision was not out in toto. Lahat na po ang mga petition ni Senator Bato. So ngayon, today, sabi naman ang Justice or Department of Justice na they already ordered ang NBI, ang Philippine National Police to arrest si De La Rosa. So may technicalities na naman po if that will happen. Saan ba? Sino ba talaga po? Whom to believe? Whom to believe? Sino ba may authority talaga po? This is the problem that we are facing now po. No? You see? Yun insidente dyan po sa Senado, May 13 and the following days po. No? Sino ba talaga really did that operation? NBI ba? NBI earlier, according to the NBI director, when he informed the president, si NBI director Melvin Matibag, during an interview with the media, sabi niya po, no, I even informed President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos na walang NBI agent sa loob ng Senado. But on the contrary, sabi naman ni Senate President, nandoon ang mga NBI agent and some of them are armed pa sila po and were arrested. And sabi naman ni attorney or Director Matibag na he will sabi natin na fulfill ang request ni Senator or SP Cayetano that he will give a copy of the warrant of arrest to Senator Cayetano the following day. But unfortunately, for the past few days po, he did not manage to give or comply his promise to Senate President Cayetano. Why po? Bakit po? Now, the question is again, some people are asking, we are asking now, okay, who gave you the authority to go and arrest as your men, NBI agents, to go to the Senate and arrest si Senator Bato de la Rosa without the copy of the arrest warrant coming from ICC? Sino nagbigay ng authority sa iyo po? Alang-alang naman po. He will just go there and ask his men to arrest si Senator Bato de la Rosa, no? Without warrant of arrest. So, mayroon yan po tao nag-utos talaga sa kanya. Sino yon? We want to know. And until now, he cannot answer that question. Kaya nga, nagputukan na doon po sa Senado. No? How can you do that if you know that you don't have the warrant of arrest and then you ordered your men to arrest si Bato de la Rosa or Senator Bato de la Rosa without that warrant of arrest? Because he cannot show ang warrant of arrest. Ang warrant of arrest, may copy daw si former Senator Sonny Trillanes. Sino ba si Sonny Trillanes? How come nandoon siya? How come the NBI did not also investigate or call si Sonny Trillanes? Bakit siya nandyan and how come he's holding that copy of warrant of arrest? But in fact, ang NBI mismo walang copy ng warrant of arrest. And again, let's go back. Sino nag-utos sa kanya? Imposible po. So, there are only two things for me, I believe, na possible to order him. Either ang Department of Justice, kasi under siya ang NBI is under sa Department of Justice. Order, gave an instruction to go and arrest si Senator Bato de la Rosa dyan po sa Senado. Second is, there is a possibility, or it is also possible, that he received an order coming from the executive. Dalawa lang yun po. No? Imposible naman sa ibang departamento. See? Imposible talaga yon. So, either DOJ or executive. And sino ang executive? It is President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. I'm not saying it came, the order already came from the executive or from BBM. Hindi po, because we don't know po. And we still don't know. But yun ang the way how we look at it, or how I look at it. I'm sorry, I hope I'm wrong, no? But the way how I look at it po, posible ibang department. So dalawa lang yun po, DOJ or the executive. Okay? So hanggang ngayon, confused tayo. Okay, the other question is, mga Filipinos dito sa Sabah, we are asking to stop all these things. Sana po, lumabas na lang po ang presidente. Once and for all. And he can say na, okay, ganito. I was the one who ordered. Kasi mayroon ako copy. Officially, I received a copy. I was the one who ordered. See? Or, hindi ako. I did not order. Na kung hindi ang executive o presidente nag-order sa kanya po, kay Matibag, then sino? So wala ba silang communication? There must be something wrong in the communication among the government agencies po in this present administration. That's how I look at it po. You see, even ang Russia, even ang Israel, even ang America, nag-issue ng notice of arrest sa leader nila po. Nag-ignore po and nagsalita ang mga leader nila, ang presidente nila. We are not going to recognize you guys. In fact, ang Russia even convicted ang judges ng ICI. Now, they are also wanted din sila po dyan sa Russia. Pero ang Pilipinas, I don't know what is happening. No? Now, who is doing the investigation about what happened May 13 and last week po? Who is doing the investigation? Ang dami po. We have the NBI, we have the Ombudsman, we have the police. All these things po. Ang dami. And the Senate po. Now, all these agencies, mayroon silang involvement. Remulla, the Ombudsman, was there during the May 13 incident ba yun po? Gabi. Nandun ang NBI, arestado ang mga, I think, 9 NBI agents, no? And mayroon pa po, confirm, na may powder sa kamay nila po. Ibig sabihin, yung tao na yan po, he used the gun to shoot. Although no injuries reported po, warning shots, blah, 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 but there was that tension there. And it happened po for the first time in the history of the Senate po. History of Senate. So, yun po. No? Let me share with you po kung mayroon tayo dito ang video clip, no? Ang video clip. Report ito po. Report of what happened dyan po sa Senado May 13. May 13 po. Let's watch and listen to this video clip. Report ito po. No? And kayo na bahala to make your own assessment, your comments, so forth and so on. And it was reported yesterday po, itong video clip. Watch and listen to this. Alright, nandito.
Nagugat sa isang panawagan sa Facebook account ni Senator Bato de la Rosa bago matapos ang sesyon ng Senado noong May 13.
Session is adjourned at 5:58 p.m. and we resume on Monday,
At 3 o'clock.
3 p.m., May 18, 2026.
Mag-alas 6 ng hapon nang tinapos ang sesyon ng Senado kasabay ng balitang walang temporary restraining order na nakuha si De La Rosa mula sa Korte Suprema para pigilan ang isang arrest warrant mula sa International Criminal Court laban sa kanya. 6:17 p.m. nang dumating ang nasa 29 na agents ng National Bureau of Investigation sa gusali ng Government Service Insurance System o GSIS sa hiling na rin na dagdag seguridad ng ahensya.
None of the NBI agents had tactical gear with them. They were dressed as NBI agents, clearly identified.
Alas 7:30 nang magkaroon ng koordinasyon ng NBI at GSIS para sa isinasagawang construction work sa lobby ng gusali.
The GM found it better to secure the entrances going into GSIS because Senator Bato had called for a people power movement, and had there been anarchy in the building, the GSIS contains billions of pesos worth of artworks that are displayed in their walls.
7:02 p.m., dalawang NBI agent na lang ang nag-iwan sa ikalawang palapag ng gusali ng GSIS na siyang may koneksyon sa Senate building.
Nakikita niya dyan, dalawa sila. They are with the uniform of NBI. And naglagay lang ng upuan dun sa may hagdan.
Ayon sa DILG at PNP, 7:44 p.m. nang ibinigay ni Senate Sergeant at Arms General Mau Ablasca ang utos na lock and load sa mga security personnel ng Senado. Dagdag pa ng DILG katakatakan na hinayaan ni Ablasca na sundan siya ng mga sibilyan at ng mga uniform personnel dahil hindi ito standard operating procedure kapag may inaasahang armadong komprontasyon. 7:46 p.m. matapos tanungin ni Ablasca ang pagkakakilanlan ng NBI agents na nakaposte sa GSIS veranda, bigla na lang nakarinig ng pagtugtog ng baril mula Senado.
According to testimony of General Ablasca himself, he opened the door and he asked, "Sino ka?" The agent identified himself as NBI. shortly thereafter, he fired 3 shots.
Sa pagkakataong ito, walang nagawa ang mga NBI agent kundi magpaputok ng cover fire dahil sa pag-aakalang inaatake sila ng Senate security. Higit 3 minuto tumagal ang putukan sa Senado. Narito naman ang kuha ng security camera sa loob ng Senate premises bago maganap ang putukan. Makikita si Ablasca na nakaitim na jacket at patungo sa pinto ng GSIS veranda na may hawak na long firearm.
He opened the door. Opened the door. Asked. At that point, I think he was asking. And at that point, the NBI agent was retreating. And there, stop. You could see that suddenly the reactions of the Marines were in ready position. We assumed that this is the first time shots were fired by General Blasca.
Maya-maya pa, namatay ang ilaw sa lugar at tanging emergency lights lang ang nakabukas. Dito makikita na sa gitna ng putukan, saglit na umalis si Ablasca at bumalik din kaagad.
Blasca pointed the gun towards the window and tried to discharge the firearm. However, the gun jammed. He tried again, the gun jammed, and then his aide fixed the gun for him. Continue. After which, he discharged the firearm again. Mind you, there was nobody there. There was no shots being fired at them.
Sa puntong ito, makikita ang mga miyembro ng media sa gitna ng pagpapaputok ni Ablasca at iba pang tauhan ng Senate security. 7:50 p.m. na ang opisyal na iniwan ni Ablasca ang crime scene. Sa huling na-recover ang 44 fired cartridges mula sa 4 na firearms, indikasyon daw na may 4 na nagpaputok ng baril ayon sa PNP. 23 sa mga empty shell na nakuha ay mula sa iisang baril na hindi pa raw matukoy ng mga otoridad sa ngayon. Para sa impormasyong napapanahon at on-demand, Tristan Nodalo, Newswatch Plus.
Okay, yan po. Narinig natin po, no? What happened. And now, let me share with you ang reaction naman ni General Ablasca. And sabi niya po, itong video clip, si Secretary John Vic Remulla showed, although itong video clip po originally came from the Senate, no? So sabi niya po na slice na daw ang video clip. Nandito po ang reaction ni General Ablasca. General Ablasca. Nandito po. Let's watch and listen ang reaction niya po. Hold on, nandito. Okay?
support the narrative. I think it's not correct. We are preparing complete video. This is what they did. They spliced the video and they just selected the videos that will support the narrative. I think it's not correct.
Alright, ayun po, nag-splice daw po, nag-cut na po ang video. They only showed yun na anong gusto nila ipakita sa publiko po, no? So yun, na-contradict din po si General Ablasca, no? Regarding itong video clip. So, who is telling the truth, no? There must be somebody who is not telling the truth and there must be somebody who is telling the truth. Yun. So, confused ang mga Filipino. We deserve to know the truth. We hope that the truth will come out anytime soon. Sana lang po, no? Para at least malaman natin, ano talaga nangyari. And because of that incident, yesterday din po sa Senado, medyo nagiging emotional din po si Senator Pia Cayetano, who is now the Blue Ribbon Chairman, replacing si Senator Ping Lacson. Nandito po, let me share with you ang video ni Senator Pia Cayetano. Hold on. Nandito po. You listen carefully. Watch and listen carefully po. Nandito.
sa lahat, pagtingin ko ng group natin, yung dating majority group, walang ni isa sa inyong nangamusta sa amin. Some of you I've known for 20 years, 10 years, and I didn't even hear any of you say, kamusta na kayo dyan? Napakasakit na sa akin. Sobrang sakit. So yun ang masasabi ko. Yes, I am very ready to share my story, to ask questions. Pero kung wala ho kayo dito, huwag niyong questionin yung mga nangyari sa mga nandito. Dahil nandito kami, kasama ng staff. Staff namin, Senate staff. You have your own story. I respect that. But please respect my own story. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President, yes, of course, we sympathize with the manifestation made by Senator Pia Cayetano, but my position is merely to give a suggestion for your consideration and for the consideration of our colleagues. I think this particular issue, once culminated, should be referred to the Committee of the Whole. The reason being, it is an extraordinary remedy necessary because of the issues of Senate institutional security. When the chamber itself is affected, the institution is threatened. There are multiple Senate committees that are going to be involved: public order, justice, rules, ethics, subject matter. Also subject of Senator Rizza's privilege. Subject matter. Also,
Senator Risa answered in the affirmative.
yes, Mr. President, considering that I was approached by your good self just moments ago and explained the matter that there is an apparent consensus that this subject matter, also subject of Senator Rizza's speech on question of privilege, I yield to the better judgment of the President of the Senate, and I will hold my questions until Monday. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
President.
you, Senator Marcoleta. Thank you, Senator Risa Ontiveros. Minority Leader, may I just give, you're my kuya, but she's my ate. Yeah. Senator Pia.
To associate myself with the
Okay, yun po, narinig natin, no? Nagiging emotional, not only si Senator Pia Cayetano, but also si Senator Loren Legarda po, no? And who is telling the truth? Ngayon, the question is, who is telling the truth? Yon ba ang mga tao na sa loob or yon mga tao na sa labas? No? And nandito ang reaction ni Senator Risa Hontiveros. Let's watch and listen. To be fair, let's watch and listen to Senator Riza po. Nandito po ang reaction niya po. Reaction about the statement made by Senator Pia Cayetano. Let's watch and listen to this.
I empathize with the experiences and the feelings expressed by the gentlewoman from Taguig at Materos. May I just repeat what I clearly stated at the context of na parang walang nangyari. I'm talking about ngayon, after those terrible events that caused fear and a lot of other negative emotions and experiences sa ating mga colleagues, sa ating mga Senate staff, sa security unit dito at sa Senate media. Yun po yung punto ko, and it is akin to one of the points raised by Senator Erwin earlier before my privilege speech.
But let
So
me
just
assure you
what I
that's
said,
not the
Mr.
case.
President.
In fact, I have to deal with the security of the Senate every day. I'm just not telling you everything that we have to deal with now to make sure that there's no bombs in the in the area, just like every day except this time, and also making sure that there's no miscommunication.
Alright, narinig natin. That's it. Ang reaction ni Senator Riza. Senator Riza. So, magulo po ang Senado. Whether we like it or not po, magulo ang Senado. And its effect, something happened dyan po sa Senado since May 13 hanggang ngayon po. And they will be discussing about ang privilege speech ni Senator Risa Ontiveros, more detailed po sa Monday. No? Sa Monday. Because yesterday, they were not given that opportunity to, sabihin natin, interpolate ang privilege speech ni Senator Risa, they decided that they are going to do it sa Monday. So let's see po what will happen sa Monday. The other thing is that tuloy-tuloy pa rin po, no? Tuloy-tuloy pa ang mga istorya, haka-haka, ang mga balita po tungkol ang plan to remove again si Senator or Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano po, no? Kasi very slim lang talaga ngayon ang sabihin natin the minority and the majority block. Minority they have 11 and ang majority they have 13 minus 1 si Senator Bato de la Rosa because he's now in hiding, so-called in hiding po, no? So, mayroon mga haka-haka earlier this week na they are trying to convince si Senator Chis Escudero to return back to the group of Senator Vicente Soto and put him as the Senate President. But it did not materialize po. Ngayon, mayroon din mga haka-haka, news na naman po, that they are trying to convince si Senator Win Gatchalian to replace si Senator or Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano. And unlikely to happen po because sabi ang majority bloc na po, they are more united ngayon po after what happened. Now, what happened the first day na they became the majority bloc, no? Ang dami na po nangyari sa kanila and because of this incident po, mas lalo they became more united, no? More united, and it is very difficult for the minority bloc to try to fish or convince their members po to jump to the minority bloc and form again the leadership, no? The only thing, as what si Senator Amy Marcos was saying earlier, na mayroon na po, no? Mga enticement, no? They are enticing itong mga senador to jump sa minority bloc with a lot of promises po. And the worst thing po is that mga haka-haka din po, if you don't join ang minority bloc to form a new majority again, no? Cases will file against you. Nakita na natin po si Senator Joel Villanueva po, nandyan na naman ang kaso niya po. Ang si Senator Jingo Estrada, they are filing cases against him. Ang dalawang Villar, si Senator Mark Villar and si Senator Camille Villar, no? So these are the things that what is happening ngayon po dyan po sa Senado. And huwag na lang sana po, magulo. Magulo talaga ang Pilipinas po dahil magulo, no? So what do you expect? Foreign investors will not come, no? Will not come to us. Even ang mga domestic businessmen natin will not do expansion of their business kasi mahirap na po. There is no stability, political stability. There's no political or security stability and economic stability po. This is the problem po ngayon. Kaya nga, we hope and pray na they will solve this problem as soon as possible so that we can go back to normal life or try to move forward po. But with this kind of situation, kung I think the best way to solve this problem po is for the President to open his mouth and talk to the public, talk to all the parties concerned po. No? Dalawa lang niya po. Either wala siyang control sa mga tao niya po, or plainly, he is not telling us the truth. No? Kung ano ang role ng executive ngayon sa problema ng Pilipinas o dyan po sa Senado. Sa Senado. Dalawa lang yun po. Either he cannot control because the way how we look at it now po, sino-sino lang sa gobyerno, NBI, DOJ, Ombudsman, will be talking And unfortunately po, iba-ibang they contradict ang mga statements nila. So, to solve the problem po, sana ang presidente will come out and once and for all say, tama na ito, or sino ba, or ito, o whatever, tell the truth what is happening. No? Kung sino man may kasalanan, they have to face ang music or the consequences. As what the President last year was saying, mahiya naman kayo, yun pa sa flood control projects, but unfortunately, hanggang ngayon po, nothing happened. And yun po, that is the reason why ang mga Filipino is not happy with the situation now in the Philippines. So ito ang latest update sa mayroon tayo tungkol sa political scenario dyan po sa Pilipinas. No? And let's see po, sa June 1st po, let's see, because most likely we were made to understand, or I heard officially the trial procedure of or trial proper of Inday Sara Duterte, ang Vice President ng Pilipinas. Ang impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte po will officially jumpstart sa most likely by January 6 po. She was given until January 1st yata yun, no? January 1st for her to reply because she was already given the subpoena, ang desisyon ng Senado na convene na po ang impeachment trial ni Inday Sara Duterte, and another 5 days for after ang response ni Inday Sara Duterte, another 5 days given to the other side to comment. And then after that po, by January 6, most likely, mag-umpisa na po ang official impeachment trial ni Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. And dyan na po, we will see po, no? Sa trial. We will see sa trial kung ano talaga ang katotohanan. Tungkol naman sa investigation of what happened May 13 and the following days, no? Weeks, we don't know po. I'm also confused, no? Kasi ang dami ng mga investigation. But let's see po. Let's see what will happen by next week or maybe tomorrow or on Sunday. Baka mayroon tayong mga news, no? Saturday, Sunday, may mga updates, mga developments. I'll make sure kayo po lahat ang dito sa programa natin, Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico, you will be properly informed. So in the meantime, hanggang dito na lang muna tayo for today, Thursday po. I hope everything is running smoothly and whatever you're doing, do it rightly and do it according to our conscience po. With this, once again, si Nico Fabian would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Hidup Malaysia! Sababole and mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Peace on earth. Bye and I love you. I'll see you in my next episode.